And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today we will be doing the selection sort from FreeCodeCamp.org. So this time we will not be doing the bubble sort, as you can see here, and I'm not going to read this because I'm going to explain you my way because I found this difficult to understand and visualize. Here's the template code, and I already did all of the beautiful coding right here for us. Remember, we are console.logic. A disclaimer: if you have not yet done this yourself, then please attempt it yourself first. But if you do not quite understand what they're talking about when they say the selection sort and stuff like that, or if you're really struggling, feel free to watch this video. Also, we added a few extra details to the array in the previous video. So yeah, let's begin. So first off, we can first explain what's going to happen in the selection sort, otherwise we won't get anywhere. So it's from least to greatest. Let's just take a note of that. So here's the array. Now the array, let's just move this back to where it was, because it's not where it used to be there. Anyways, so we have index I. Well, no, let's call it I. Let's call it M. No, we have M, and then we have T for temp. M is for minimum, T is for temp. Okay, and then we have J. We can keep it at J. So what we're going to do in the bubble sort, what we're going to do in the selection sort, is we're basically going to take the smallest number. We're going to find the very smallest number in here. In this case, it would be -99. And we're going to swap it with the current index number. So in this case, let's put it like this. We're going to set M equal to 1. So M is equal to 1 because this is at index I, or index I, this is at index 1, or 0. That's index 0. M is equal to 1 because it's at index 0, and this is the first round. Then temp is equal to M at this moment, and T is equal to M plus 1, which in turn make it equal to 4, because M plus 1 in this case is index 0 plus 1. So you can actually go I underscore 0 because it's index 0, and then I underscore 1 because index 1, in which case this will be equal to 1, and this one will then be equal to 4. Okay, so what it's going to do is first it's going to check, is J smaller than M? It's going to check. You'll be like, no, J right here is not smaller than M. Then it's going to be okay. So then it's going to become, then J is going to increment. So then it's going to become M plus 2. In this case, it's going to go there. So it's going to be 2, and this again 2. Okay, so it's going to be at index 2, which is in fact 2 at this very moment. It's going to check, is 2 smaller than 1? Is going to be like, no. And it's going to continue like that until it finds a number that is smaller than this number right here. And then it's going to be like, oh, okay, 7 is smaller than 1. So then it's going to set this temporary variable equal to I. Equal to J, I mean. Because J is right here right now. Right here right now. So, yeah. And then it's going to check at the end. Is T still the same as M? Because T used to be M. But T is no longer M because T was changed to J because J is the smaller version, the smaller number. And then it's going to check. No, T is no longer the same as M. So we should swap them. We should swap the element at index M and the element at index T. So WP, we should swap these two. And once they swap, it will be like this. 1. And that's how it's going to work. And then it's going to continue. And it's going to be like, nope, 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 nope. Or yes, I mean, and it's going to swap this one and this one again. Or not again, we're just going to swap them. We can do that, V, and we can just go -7. And then I is going to increment, and I is going to become 4. So now it's only going to sort from here So it's only going to start sorting from here again. And it's going to check. It's going to see -7 is biggest. So it's going to basically flip these two, not exactly like this, because there's going to be ones that blows in and out here, you know, so. And yeah, it's going to continue like that until this entire thing is sorted from least to greatest. Now that might be a little bit hard to understand at the beginning, but let's visualize it in the code itself, because coding it usually helps to see it. We can save this and make sure our script works. Okay, it doesn't really work because, you know, as you can see, everything is not exactly ordered. And this is at the wrong place, but it's fine. It's fine. One can stay there. Okay, so what we want to do first, we want to create a for loop with the variable I in it, and we can assign that to 0. And while I is less than array dot length I plus plus. And then we want to create a variable. We're going to call this variable min for minimum. And we're going to set it equal to I, because minimum is not going to be the minimum value in the array. It's going to be the index with the minimum value. So it's not going to be -7. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be at index 7. Coincidentally, -7 is at index 7. But anyways, it's going to be at index 7. So index 7 is -7. Or in this case, it's just going to be 1, which is index 0 at this moment. Because minimum is just going to be the index, not the number itself. That's very important to note. Not the index, not the number, the index. So just drill that into your head, because if you don't, you're going to get confused later on. So then we can create a variable for loop with let j this time, and I plus 1. And then while j is less than array dot length j plus plus. And now we have to check, is the array at index j smaller than the array at index min? Now you might be asking, why do we use min instead of I? Well, this is because with the bubble sort, we constantly loop through everything constantly and stuff like that. But with this one, we just say, okay, let's say the minimum is, let's move 7 right here a little bit further back, v, and then this one can be 43. Now it's even more ordered. Anyways, so now this is how it looks. So if this is minimum index, or the where minimum is, so that's m. Let's just find our way there, m. And let's say j right here, that's j. So it's going to compare, hey, is this one less than this one? And you'll be like, well, dude, yeah, it is. So then you put minimum equal to j. Because remember, we're not working with values. We are working with indexes. So we shouldn't change anything in the array just yet. We should only change the index of what should be changed. So now, this j right here is also m. So that's basically the same there. Then once it exits the for loop with j inside of it, the j loop, we can say, we can then go, if min is not equal to I. So basically, if min and I is not at the same index anymore, because I can, let's say, I can be here, you know. Oh gosh, I tabbed everything. I can be here, but m used to be here as well. So this used to be I slash m, but it's no longer I slash m because j right here is smaller. So m became this. Let's go to compare them. Are they still the same? If they are not the same, it should do the following code. And this is basically like the bubble sort. You can go let, and then temp equals array at index minimum. So temp just became -7. And then array at index minimum equals array at index I. So array here at index minimum, let's just go here, this is -7 at this moment. So you just say array at index minimum right here. became array at index I, so it became 1. And then we have to go array at index I. That then becomes temp. And since temp is -7, this will happen. And it's going to continue that until the entire array has been sorted. Now let's test it out just to see if it works. -99, -7, -2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 8, 32, 43, 43, 55, 63, and it continues, and it is sorted. So let's throw this into our beautiful, oh gosh no, into our beautiful FreeCodeCamp thingy, and let's see if it works. Do they accept it? And they do accept it, because it did sort. So yeah, let's go through it one more time, just for in case you didn't get it. First you create a for loop that will loop through the entire array. Then you create a variable minimum, which is equal to the index I. So it's I, but I, remember, is the index in the array. So minimum becomes an index, not the actual number, but an index. Then we go create a for loop, a j loop, as you can see here. And we say if the array at index j, at this index j, is less than the array at the index minimum, not minimum, but at the index minimum, because in minimum is an index. Okay, then minimum's index becomes j. So minimum's value changed. So the index changed to the one that has the smaller value in it. And then we go outside of the j for loop. We go if minimum is no longer the same as I. So if something did move or is smaller, then we create a new temporary variable and we make it equal to array at index minimum, not the index, but the value this time. Remember, because an array at that index. Then array at that index minimum becomes array at index I. And then array at index I becomes the temporary value. This is a basic bubble sort now, but in a different way, a slightly faster way. And we can just return the array. And that is the selection sort. I hope you all enjoyed and understood, and thank you all for watching. See you all in the next video.